Welcome to Planet Algo. Today's tutorial will be looking at the official Algorand Wallet and a unique feature it has to monitor any address on the network. This is made possible because the technology that powers the Algorand network is called blockchain. And blockchain is a type of distributed ledger technology. You can think of it as a database of sorts, except that unlike a traditional database, there is no single authority that controls it. Instead, the data is held amongst many different nodes on a network, which are all distributed. All the transactions that have ever been recorded are grouped together as blocks, and these blocks live on every single node. They are also immutable, which means that once they are recorded, they can never be changed. And if they were changed by an individual node, the other nodes would immediately know what's happened and be able to verify this bad action. This provides for a very high level of security, and everything is completely verifiable and public. That is why it's the perfect technology for things that involve value. One key thing to note, though, is what I just said about everything being public. Everything done on the chain is public and known to every actor that can look at the blockchain. This does not mean we have control over other wallets. All it means is that everything that has happened we can see. We will be exploring that feature today. We're going to go ahead and pick a few addresses at random off of the blockchain and take a look at them and see what the owners are doing with them. Maybe we'll find something interesting, and at the same time we will learn more features about the official Algorand wallet. Enjoy. So today I have the iPad here, and I have the Algorand wallet installed, and we're going to go ahead and we're starting from the beginning. So we're going to add account. And when I do this, remember I have these 4 options from my first video. We covered how to create a new account, but this time we're just going to watch account. So that's the second option there. I'm going to say watch account. Now it's going to ask me for a 6-digit passcode, and I would suggest using something more strong than what I used just right there. And I'm not going to use Face ID. And so now we got to give ourselves a little example name. So we'll call this example watch 1. So remember, what we're doing here is we're not adding an address of our own. We're just going to go on to the Algo Explorer, the actual chain, and I'll explain what that tool is. And we're going to pick our address, and we're just going to see what it's doing. We're going to do it at random, okay? And so before I do this, now we got to go ahead and pick one at random, and I'll explain what this is. This is the Algo Explorer over here. This allows us to see everything that is happening on the Algorand network. Right here, these are all rounds that are going down. Remember what I said earlier, that a round, that when you write data to the Algorand network, it happens in what's called blocks. So each block, when it gets written, is verified in a round. Now, this is a pretty deep stuff, and we're not going to worry too much about it. Other than that, we're going to see how we can monitor something on the app today. So I'm just going to pick the latest round here, 132.01301. And I see that I have something in here called 0.1 X props. And this must be a token. Okay, in fact, I know it's a token because it's not an algo. This is an algo over here. Okay. And this is the transaction ID, and it tells me who it's from, X props, and who it's to. So it looks like somebody's going ahead and they're transferring tokens back and forth. So let's go ahead and take a look at this address, the X props. There's an X props address, and we can see that they really started putting some work into this back in September of 20th, and they've been doing work steadily. So this is interesting. This is a way for us to see new projects on the network. I've never heard of these guys before. We can see that they're transferring things back and forth. Let's go ahead and take a look at their QR code. So if I come up here to address, you can see X props. This is the address of their wallet. This is the public address. Let's go ahead and get the QR code on this. And I'll go back to the official Algorand app. On here, I can say account address to watch. I'm going to click to the right, and I'm going to scan this QR code. And you see how it came right into the app. I'm going to hit next, and it says account is verified. So I can go to the home, and you can see that this account, your account's QR code can be found here. This account has 351 algo in it currently, and it has something called Pal Talk pending, X props, and it has many of those, 843,869 of these tokens. Very interesting. And so now I can go in and I can actually see what's happening with this account. So I can see every transaction that's going on in this account. I wonder what this is. This is really interesting. I wonder if this is like an exchange or something. It can't be though, because it doesn't have, Pal Talk pending props. You know what? Because I'm interested, let's go ahead and take a look at that. This isn't really part of the tutorial, but we'll have fun looking at this. Let's see if there's anything on it. Pal Talk pending props. Pal Talk announces launch of props on Pal Talk app. Does it mention anything about Algo? It does not. There's no mention of Algo on here. However, we know from now that at least they are testing their props on Algo. Okay, so look at that. We just got some information from the Algo network. It doesn't mean that they're going to use the Algorand network. There are developers. They could be using many different networks. But we can see that they are pushing through a lot of transactions. Okay, so let's go back to the Algorand network. We'll come up here to this round. We'll look for something that's just straight Algo. $199 change to Binance. Maybe somebody sent some money to Binance. So we can go ahead and take a peek on this. And we can see the sender is right here. And I'm going to go ahead now into here. And I am going to plus, and I'm going to watch account. And example, watch 2. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to scan that. We'll bring up the QR code. And there it is. Next, account verified, it's there. And now we get to be nosy and see another one. And this is a standard account. Okay, beautiful. So this guy in this account, he had 199.67 algo, and then he got a reward, and then he sent it from one address to the other. Okay? And we can go ahead and we can see what he's doing here, everything that's going on. Again, everything on the blockchain is public, is completely verifiable. That is why it is so good for value, right? Every single transaction is public. You cannot cook the books. This is the beauty of blockchain. If you cook the books, everyone's going to know because the data does not change, and they'll see that change right away. And we can see he got a reward, or I shouldn't say he, we don't know. It could be a she, it could be an it, it could be a they. So we can see they got a reward. And when I say it, I don't mean a person, I mean it as in it could just be a computer. Programs can create Algorand wallets also. So I don't know. Here's a note. I don't know what that note means. And they don't have any kind of tokens, okay? So I hope this was an interesting tutorial. We got to see a little bit of drama here. In fact, I'm really gonna have to look up this Pal Talk pending, see exactly what this is. This to me is something interesting. I wanna look into it, but I think that's beyond the scope of the tutorial. If you are interested in this type of stuff, you can add these to your wallet, the official Algorand app that watch. Again, there's nothing wrong with doing this. You are not able to transact on these accounts. All you're doing is watching it, which is the same thing that you can do over here on the Algo Explorer. Everything on the blockchain is public and verifiable. Even though it's public and verifiable, there is no risk of security because what controls an action, okay, is the private keys. Your 25-word mnemonic is tied to those private keys. Never give those out to anybody, okay? Those are what you must keep private. And if you do that, then you'll be okay. Unless you use an exchange. If you use an exchange, they manage it for you. And in that case, you need to make sure that your password is private, okay? So I hope that today's video was good. We covered how to use the watch feature on the Algorand app. Once I'm done watching something, I can just go ahead and remove it. Okay, you see I removed that. I'm not going to remove this other one because I am interested in it. And I hope to see you next time. Oh, and be sure to like and subscribe down below. Again, if you have any questions or comments, leave them below and I will be sure to answer them. Have a great day.